Good evening.
Good evening.
We are different blokes, and we're straight on because I've managed to do something. I've just made Mick watch the boxing. Anthony Joshua against Alexander Usyk. Mick, how was it?
Two blokes, they got into a ring, they did a bit of dancing, a bit of boxing, and that was it. I tell you what, it started off, it looked a bit like Rocky with all the fireworks and
Yeah, a lot
like
going off, yeah.
Yeah. What if you're going to ask me, would I go and pay to see that? No.
To be fair, it wasn't the best fight in my opinion. There's other fights.
I only have my pieces of the Rocky films.
But yeah,
so they were a lot more exciting. But
yeah.
That reminded me a bit of like a...
But you did sit and watch it. You were commenting on the way through.
I commented. I'm not completely oblivious to boxing. I watched it and I sort of like knew which way it was going. So that's not very good if I can work out which way it was going on that one. I sort of like came up with even some old names like Gary Stretch and people like that. So, I do know a tiny little bit about boxing, but
would you watch another one?
No.
Not another one on TV? No.
No.
Okay, I see. I thought you were.
Right. The difference between me and sports on television and sports in general is that if it's a participation sport, then I can get into that.
Right.
If it's watching something on television, then it's not the same because you haven't got the ambience or whatever the thing that goes with it, the buzz. So because it's a television, it's a piece of plastic. I know it's really probably bad for boxing fans. They probably it's your thing and all well and good to you. I understand that. If I've seen like full contact sword fighting on television, I understand that. I understand where the shots are coming from, everything. So that again, it's contact sport. So I understand the contact sport, and I'm not having to go against contact sport. I believe that boxing is a very skillful game.
Yeah. Well, I think we've just seen that.
But would I watch it again? No.
Yeah, well...
Just personal opinion. Nothing against it, just personal opinion.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I mean, you did watch it, to be honest, and, well, obviously, we did say, we both called it quite early, Anthony Joshua had to knock him out, or he was going to lose some points.
I said, well, that's a 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, he said if...
I thought if he might come out swinging and catch him in 5. But that was not to be, unfortunately.
Pretty disappointing from Joshua, wasn't it, really?
But we listened to the end of it, and one thing that did get to me, I'm not saying it's true or anything like that, all I'm saying is that you shouldn't have a clause in for a rematch. For a rematch. You shouldn't put that in. If there's no rematch, you've got to go for it.
Yeah, the reason why they do it, obviously the promoters as well, is because Usyk tonight was mandatory for one of the belts and Joshua had 4.
But you just said something that stands out straight away. The promoters.
Yeah, so the promoter is looking after his fighter as well.
And he's looking after his back pocket.
Absolutely.
When that fighter retires, he's still looking after his back pocket.
If Joshua only had to put one of the belts up on the line. Because Usyk was mandatory just for that one belt.
No, he did right. He put them all up, and that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
But because he's done that, they've tied in a rematch clause.
Okay.
Which will...
Well, let's see. I mean, the next... I think he will. The guy will actually say, yes, want the rematch. Fair enough. Seeing the rematch, see what he actually does. I'm not going to fault him. I mean, the guy's done really well. I mean, he's had 2 losses out of 26.
It's 2 out of 26 now.
So, I mean, that's a fantastic thing,
For me, it's just a manner of the defeats, really. But this one was...
to be quite honest, the weird thing is, if I watch England playing football or something like that, they always lose on penalties. So every time I watch our sport, I'm going to stop watching our sportsmen. I'm the curse of them. Because every time I watch them, they seem to lose.
But I don't think you're necessarily right, because I think Joshua really... when we started it, I did say to you before it even went, I said, Usyk's by far got the better skills. And it went that way, didn't it? Because Joshua just couldn't catch him.
The guy was quick. Yes.
And he just
Yes, he was.
Joshua
he was
just
quick.
kind of waited and waited and waited for
But
nothing.
that unfortunately, in one sentence, that's actually summed up the entire evening. He waited and waited and waited, and the right hand stood there doing nothing really, and then as I say, I'm not.
He did watch it. He's
backseat
good. He's
drive-
giving you feedback, which is fair enough.
Backseat driver, it's the first time I've seen it, so they said, watch it and give us feedback. Backseat driver, I wasn't in the arena boxing, so I can't tell what that person's thinking at that point. But from an observation,
but I mean, we will wrap this one up because we're short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Yes, I watched it. I gave comment on it.
Yeah.
Would I watch it again? No.
Just for my final comments, obviously you mentioned about the production coming in as well, and I actually went to the George Groves Cow Frock Chat Wembley, and it was 90,000 people, and I go to a lot of football as well, but I've never been in an atmosphere like that, and that was phenomenal. But that was billed as it was a rematch because the referee stopped the first one too early, and it was North versus South, and that was for the world title as well a few years back, and what an atmosphere. That was fantastic.
Okay, short and sweet there. Unfortunately, bit of a unfortunate for Mr. Joshua, but wish you all the best, and hope you get on the second round. And that's it all from me, and good night.
It's from me. Give us a comment. Let us know if you did watch it. See what you think.
Do the share.
Yeah, share. Thank you.
Right.
Au revoir.
Bye.